Hey friends, I'm Jamie Maddox, your wealth embodiment mentor. I teach how you are uniquely designed to attract wealth. In this podcast, I talk about body mapping and money. Body mapping is a unique map on your body that gives information, instructions, and direction for you specifically. Each episode, I highlight one area of the body, discuss its features, and more importantly, what that means for you and your money. So welcome. I'm excited to be on this journey together and can't wait to see what your body can teach you about money. Well, welcome back to another week of this podcast. I'm glad you are here, and we are going to talk about lungs today. So I usually get a lot of questions around asthma, and then especially like in the winter with pneumonia or bronchitis and all of these things with overall lung issues. So whether it's a chronic thing or more of a short-term thing, this is the body mapping behind it. Now, with that being said, especially if it is a chronic thing, then I invite you to, dive in a little deeper. And I'll give you some tips at the end to like how to do that and how to check in further. But, especially with it being winter time, sometimes there's a few more lung issues and we just really want to focus. Well, I just really want to focus on the lungs and helping you understand them, because guess what? They are all about breathing in joy. It's so good, right? Because when we have clear lungs, think about it. You're breathing in this beautiful oxygen, this air. Your lungs are expanding and it's giving you all of this necessary nutrients and vital energy and air. And it goes into your blood and helps your blood. And I'm being so basic. So please, if you're like a medical person and you're like, well, the details are this. I love that you know that. We're being very, very generalized right now. Okay. But the oxygen comes in, it, fuels our blood and our cells, and then it pulls things back out, and we actually expel things out of our breath when we breathe out. Okay. So you breathe in this beautiful, clean oxygen. Well, hopefully, because if you live in Utah this time of year, our air is kind of bad, but ideally you're breathing in beautiful, clean air, right? And then it goes through your body. And as you release, you breathe out and you easily release all of the yuckiness or the things that are not good for your body or that are ready to be let go of. Okay. I just love this because, so some of you know that I do innate drivers. And one of the things that I absolutely love about innate drivers is that the whole process, because there's 2-hour sessions. So a total of 4 hours that we dig into the depths of who you are and why you make the choices you make. But the key point is that you come out knowing very clearly what your personal gift is. Okay. And not just what it is, but how it feels in your body and how it looks in your life. Because guaranteed, when I find it with my clients, their whole body shifts and it's like this full body light bulb moment that goes on. And I'm like, okay, yep, we're spot on, right? Because we are each here with a gift, and that gift can be just for us. But naturally, if we're living in our gifts, it's going to bless and benefit other people, right? And it feels so good. And so it's like that one thing in your life that you're always kind of searching or looking for or craving or wanting to find. And so when we find it with the innate drivers, it's not like it's a new thing for you, okay? Or usually, I should say, it's usually not like this new thing, because it's usually just like this remembrance or this recollection or this connection of, yeah, that is what my soul is craving, right? Okay, so for me, my gift is alive, living fully alive. And that is what the lungs do. It is about breathing in the joy and the aliveness of life and the experiences and all of the depth and the breadth of all of these things that combine into a life, right? Now, it will be some other people's innate gifts or innate driver's gift. It won't be everybody's, but the energy is the same regardless of what your gift is. Because when I am in that alive energy, oh, you guys, magic happens, and it happens so easily and so quickly and in such fun and delightful ways that my little soul is just delighted and surprised with goodness. Okay. And I love it. And And the people that are around me when I'm in this energy, I mean, it just helps their life too. And it is so fun. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm not 100% good at it at this point in my life. Okay. And you're probably not 100% good at being in your innate gift either. And this is zero shame. This is just reality of the facts. Okay. With that being said, what if breathing in and breathing out could be that easy to breathe in joy, breathe in your personal innate gift, whether that's aliveness or something else, and then releasing whatever is not needed or is holding you back or is deterring from or distracting from you living in that. Because this aliveness, and again, if you're like, I don't know what you mean by aliveness. Okay, remember, joy. Think of just like that person that is like glowing and on fire and so excited about life. Okay. Like that is what our lungs help us to do. That's what they're meant to do. You guys, it is literally our birthright, each one of us, to live in this joy, to live in this energy of feeling alive with life and feeling like the possibilities and the opportunities are literally unlimited. Okay. There's no limits, meaning no scarcity stories. Okay. I recently heard a quote. Her name is Sonia, and I don't remember her last name. I can find that at some point. But anyway, she said, every story of scarcity is a lie. And that is truth. Every story of scarcity is a lie. Look outside. I mean, it snowed a ton yesterday. There's plenty of snow. And I know that whether the snow comes back tomorrow or next week or next year, there will always be more snow. Or if there's none here, there are multiple places in the world that there's a lot of snow. When it's summer and there's, the tulip bulbs are coming up and the leaves are coming on the trees, like there's always more than enough. Okay. Every story of scarcity is a lie. And when we really internalize that and realize that me living in joy does not take away from someone else living in joy, or me having money and wealth does not take away from someone else having money and wealth. It takes away all competition and creates collaboration and coming together, and it creates possibilities because no matter what your situation is, okay, and whether it's in relation to money or something completely different, I want to remind you, there is always a way. Okay, whenever you get to that point where you're like, I don't see any options, I don't see any possibilities, I don't see any hope, I don't see anything, I want you to just say to yourself, there is always a way. Now, sometimes I put a little caveat on the end of sometimes we don't always like the way because it might feel really hard to us. It may not feel comfortable, but there is always a way. And I really invite you to sink yourself into that sense and that energy. So if you're like, I don't have current joy or I don't feel alive in my life, breathe in. Okay, as you're breathing in, I want you to, it's either, I don't know if you can say it out loud as you're breathing in, probably not. So say it in your head. Okay, so say it in your head as you're breathing in, there's always a way. There's always a way to find joy, to breathe in the fullness of life and how it was actually meant to be lived. Because let me tell you, when you feel weighed down and heavy and dark and sad, number one, this is zero shame. There is no problem with that. But I pretty much guarantee you no one actually enjoys living there. I mean, maybe there are some people, I don't know. But that's usually not one of the places that people want to live in, right? They want to feel excited for life. They want to feel excited to wake up and do the thing and live their gifts and live what they were meant to do, right? So as you breathe in, just remind yourself, yeah, it's my birthright to have joy. There's always a way to have joy. And let yourself get really curious, okay? This is actually one of my favorite things to do, is to just be like, I wonder how joy is going to show up for me today. Or I wonder how I'm going to be surprised and delighted in little ways today, or even in big ways. I wonder how this is going to happen for me. Or I wonder, next time I look at my bank account, I wonder if there's going to be way more money in there than I even anticipated. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing if I just opened my bank account and there suddenly was all this extra money? That would be so fun. Okay. I really invite you to try this. Number one, because I know it works. Number two, it's worked for me and it's worked for my clients. And I love their stories when they're like, Jamie, I actually did open my bank account and there actually was extra money in there. I'm like, I know, it's so fun. Okay. So just step into this place of curiosity, this place of fun, playful energy, of possibility, of unlimited possibility. Okay. Because it is there. It is there. And you are allowed to have joy and aliveness. Okay. So with that being said, you may need to go release some extra things right now. It might be some rage, some anger, some grief, some sadness. And you might have been storing this, and this is your permission. This is your opportunity to let it out. You can do it through breath work, through dancing, through a punching bag. There are so many ways that you can release and let this go, because here's the thing. It may be the one thing that is holding you back. And you can, once you feel it and let it process through your body, it will actually open up yourself to this unlimited joy, to this opportunity, this ability to fully breathe in what you are wanting to experience in your life. Okay, so everyone breathe in with me right now, okay? And then just make a little bit of noise as you breathe out. And this next week, I sure hope I hear from some of you about some great opportunities, some great things, and just these little miracles that happen for you that just create magic in your life. Because remember, you're allowed to live in joy. It's your birthright. You're allowed to feel alive. You're allowed to live your gifts. There are unlimited possibilities, and there's always a way. So have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check back each week for the newest content about your body and your wealth. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends and give it a 5-star review. Make sure to visit healinghopewithjamie.com for new offers, retreats, and ways to embody your wealthy life.